securing the Dharma and benefiting others, the universal key to spiritual mastery. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's wondrous Dharma sharing. Part 1. Learning English and the collective karma of the next life. Let's start with a fascinating observation. Have you noticed people who study English diligently even though they rarely use it in daily life? Why do they persist? Master teaches us that this is a form of wisdom. A smart person remains a learner until the moment they die. What you learn in this life doesn't vanish with the physical body. You carry it into the next. If you spend this life only chasing fleeting pleasures, that aversion to learning becomes the backdrop of your next incarnation. You might be born dull-witted or unresponsive. Furthermore, it involves the choice of collective karma, samanyo karma. By learning a foreign language, you expand your mind and shift your karmic frequency. This might prevent you from being reborn in a limited, confined environment. Remember, this isn't escaping, it's transforming. If you still carry the collective karma of a certain place, even if you are born elsewhere, that karma will eventually pull you back. Learning is not just for a skill, it's about breaking old karmic bonds to choose a purer path. Part 2. What is the true universal protection of the right Dharma? In the Maharatna Kutta Sutra, it is mentioned that a bodhisattva who speaks the Dharma without seeking anything in return gains 20 benefits. One of these is diligently protecting the right Dharma. Many misunderstand protection. They think defending a master or donating money is the full extent of it. While those are acts of support, true protection means establishing the Dharma within your own heart. You guard it every moment, ensuring the teachings are never lost, never abandoning them for profit or under pressure. True protection is living the Dharma consistently. Why protect it so fiercely? Because the more you learn, the more you realize the Dharma is the only way to truly thrive. For instance, if you master the law of cause and effect karma, whatever you do will succeed. Without it, failure is inevitable. No wise person would ever discard the Dharma. Only the ignorant or those with wrong views would do so, thinking they've gained a shortcut. To protect the Dharma is to protect yourself from falling into darkness. Part 3. The universal key to the 8th bhumi. Here is a profound concept. Rapidly surpassing the stage of non-retrogression, the 8th bhumi. You might ask, doesn't it take eons to move from the 1st to the 8th bhumi? Master tells us there is a shortcut. If you can dwell entirely in the mindset of benefiting all sentient beings, Rao Yi Zhongsheng, reaching the 8th bhumi becomes effortless. Why could Avalokitesva, Guanyin, and Kshitigarbha, earth-store bodhisattvas, transcend so quickly? Because they possess great compassion and live to benefit others. Benefiting others is more than just compassion. It encompasses loving kindness, compassion, empathetic joy, and equanimity. Master explains that an 8th bhumi bodhisattva doesn't skip learning. Rather, because of their immense heart power, they can instantly master anything. Avalokitesva doesn't need to study medicine for years. The power of the great compassion mantra solves the problem. This is one Dharma overcoming all obstacles, striking the core rather than circling the periphery. Part 4. The Brahma realm in the human world. Master mentions that if one speaks the pure Dharma solely to benefit others without seeking fame or wealth, they are practicing the 4 immeasurables: loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. Such a person, though physically in the human world, dwells in the Brahma realm. What is the Brahma realm? It is the highest state of the desire realm. To reach it, your greed must be 0. In Buddhism, sexual desire is the benchmark for spiritual level. As your attachments and sticky emotions decrease to 0, you attain the frequency of the Brahma realm. Our world is full of clinging ching, which is the root of suffering. Master shares the story of a peasant family who didn't wail when a loved one died because they deeply understood. Karma, they saw it as the settling of a debt. This pure faith grants peace. We, however, drown in our emotions, mistaken for love, which is actually deep suffering. Part 5. The tragedy of Dharma speakers in the Dharma ending age. The Buddha warned Maitreya Bodhisattva about unwise bodhisattvas in the latter days. These are people who wear the robes and hold the scriptures, but are spiritually bankrupt. Their traits include delight only in profit. They are enthusiastic when donations are high, but become weary and silent when there is no material gain. Building personal power. They treat the Dharma as a tool to gain fans and followers for their own ego. Seeking provision. They treat teaching as a career to trade for food, clothing, and comfort. The Buddha used a striking metaphor. It is like a man who claims to love cleanliness, but hangs a rotting corpse around his neck. They aren't seeking liberation. They are decorating the corpse of their own greed. This selling of the Tathagata is a tragic path that leads to spiritual ruin. Part 6. Counterfeit appearances. In this age, some counterfeit practitioners put on a facade of holiness while their hearts are filled with affliction. They use this pious skin to solicit food and prestige. Master warns that any trace of wanting something makes your teaching unequal. You will flatter the rich and ignore the poor. Master's warning is clear. One who is not yet mature cannot mature others. If you haven't tamed your own greed, how can you lead others to purity? Such behavior leads both the speaker and the follower towards spiritual downfall. Conclusion. Return to the heart of benefiting others. Master shares these lessons so we can at least uphold the 10 virtuous deeds. If we wish to go further, we must practice the precept of benefiting all sentient beings. Spirituality is not for show or for making deals. A truly mature practitioner benefits others, even in the harshest environments. Remember, don't chase heavenly rewards or calculate tiny merits. Simply focus on the cause, a heart without expectations, purely and equally benefiting all beings. Thank you for listening to this episode of Wondrous Dharma shared by the Australian Buddha Path. May you let go of seeking in your daily life and benefit all beings with a pure heart. Until next time.